and today we are talking about the Knights of Hyrule Clan's history. Now, if that's something you've never heard of, that's because it's some of the Zelda lore that hasn't been poked with a stick since Ocarina of Time. And that wasn't even like a big part of the lore. It was mainly mentioned in the Hyrule Historia, but it was an extremely important lore point in A Link to the Past, where the Knights of Hyrule Clan was brought to its brink. See, the Knights of Hyrule Clan isn't just who the Knights of Hyrule are. No, they're a bloodline that is said to protect the royal family, somewhat similar to the Sheikah. And it's also said that the hero is born in their lineage. Something I always thought was interesting when I was younger was the fact that Ganondorf was born into the Gerudo, while Zelda was born into the royal family, while Link was just some kid who just kind of appeared out of nowhere. But in reality, he was actually born into his own set of lineage, which is the Knights of Hyrule Clan, who risk life and limb for everything that they believe in. I don't really know if this really helps or hurts his character, as Link himself being somebody who comes out of nowhere is kind of a big part of his character, but I just find it interesting that some of the heroes are connected to this lineage. So let's jump into the history of the Knights of Hyrule Clan. Starting at the beginning, the first time we hear about the Knights of Hyrule Clan, timeline-wise, is in Ocarina of Time, taking place before the game starts in the Unification War, also known as the Hyrulean Civil War. The war was to unite the races of Hyrule, Hylians, Zora, Gorons, and the Gerudo. The kingdom in chaos and the fires of war waging across the land, a lone woman and her baby escaped. It's said this woman was a part of the Knights of Hyrule Clan. She fled into the Lost Woods, a forbidden forest known for its air of mystery and the ability to lose oneself. If anyone were to have followed her, they would never leave the forest. She herself knew the risk, but as she had already been on the brink of death, it didn't matter. The woman soon found herself in front of the spirit of the forest, and entrusted her baby to the great Deku Tree. He agreed, and this child grew into the boy we all know as Link, the hero of time. The war had ended by the time Link set out for his adventure, following the child timeline where the events of Ocarina of Time were prevented. In Twilight Princess, it's said that the Hero of Twilight is a descendant of the Hero of Time, making him a part of the Knights of Hyrule Clan. There isn't much said about the Knights of Hyrule Clan in this era, but the Twilight Princess manga has a lot to say about the Hero of Twilight's past. But the manga will have to wait for its own video, because it's technically not canon. So that will be another video for another day. But damn is it good. Moving on to the Downfall timeline. This is where most of our information about the Knights of Hyrule Clan lies. After the hero failed to defeat Ganondorf, he was able to obtain all three pieces of the Triforce and become Ganon, the Demon King. Link was dead and Hyrule was at the mercy of Ganon, but Princess Zelda herself, as a final resort, led 7 sages to seal Ganon away into the Sacred Realm. Doing so led to a brief period of time of peace, but rumors of the Sacred Realm engulfed the Kingdom of Hyrule. Rumors of the sacred power of the gods just sitting there, waiting to be claimed, stole the hearts of man. All those who entered never returned, and something had to be done. The King of Hyrule at the time had ordered 7 sages to fully seal the Sacred Realm. They hadn't realized it had transformed into the Dark World because of Ganon's wicked heart. The Knights of Hyrule Clan had been tasked to guard the sages as they worked. When the sages went to seal the realm away, monsters started to pour out. The ensuing battle was a losing one. The sages needed to survive, or else Hyrule wasn't going to. So the knights fought, with the knowledge that if they failed, the kingdom would fall and darkness would prevail. Nearly everyone who participated in the battle perished that day. The sages were victorious, but at the cost of the Knights of Hyrule Clan. By the time the kingdom needed its hero, there was only 2 surviving members, an old man and his young nephew. The elder knew of their family's fate, and to prevent his nephew from being forced to take up the task, he knew what he had to do. But in the end, he was killed, and his nephew Link had to take up the sword and save the kingdom. Being known as the last hero, he survived and became the hero we all know as the hero of legend. After this point, it gets a little strained. As this hero left on his journey, it's never stated that he returned. But the hero after him, the hero of Hyrule, is said to be a descendant of the hero of legend, which means he is also a part of the Knights of Hyrule Clan. And in that way, we know that they lived on to fight another day. Now it's said that this clan had the heroes appear in it. So are there any more heroes that could be a part of this group without outright saying it? In Skyward Sword, Link is a part of the Knights of Skyloft. This is set before the Kingdom of Hyrule is established, so we could probably say maybe? In Minish Cap, the hero of the Minish is the grandson of a smith, and later on in Wind Waker, we actually see the shield that Zelda gifted Link hanging on the wall as it is a treasured family heirloom, while the hero of spirits is just said to look like the hero of the wind. The hero of the Four Sword and the hero of light might be the same person, but it's said that the former of the two could be a descendant of the hero of the Minish, while the latter has no origin. We know for a fact that the Hero of Time is a member of the Knights of Hyrule Clan, as well as the fact that the Hero of Twilight is his descendant, so he's also a part of it. We also just established the fact that the Hero of Legend is a part of this group, and the Hero of Hyrule is also his descendant. In A Link Between Worlds, doesn't seem to have much of an origin story. Same thing with Echoes of Wisdom's Link's lineage. But in Breath of the Wild, Link is the son of a knight, and is a knight himself, but we don't know if he's specifically from the Knights of Hyrule Clan. All of the heroes in this series live up to their titles that were given to them, but only some of them are definitively said to be a part of this elusive group. So who's to say they all aren't a part of this? Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this brief history on the Knights of Hyrule Clan's history. There's not a lot. I wish there was more, but there isn't. But the lore that we do have, I love it so much. It's so interesting. Anyways, next week's video's poll is going to be out, so you guys can vote on it. And your choices will be the fates of the Master Swords and the unknown hero of man. And of course I have something fun for you guys at the end, so sit back and enjoy. For our secret ending today, it's actually a little bit of information that everybody else isn't really going to know about unless if you see this type of thing. In the poll I'm going to post, I'm going to give 3 options. The 2 that you already heard, and this one. Why? Because I think it would be fun. It's literally just going to be called the secret option. Or I'm just going to put question marks. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure it out when I post the video. But basically, we're going to be talking about this image specifically, and where it came from, and why it's there, and how we could fit it in with fun theories. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be full of a lot of speculation and theories and stuff about this specifically. I think it's from a book. I'm going to have to look into it more. And the book's all in Japanese. So I'm going to have some problems. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Bye!